Every entrepreneur dreams of building an empire. Late nights fueled by ambition, big risks that make your palms sweat, and that sweet, intoxicating taste of success when it all pays off. But here's the kicker. The cold splash of truth most don't see coming. Businesses don't fail because of bad ideas, shaky launches, or even brutal competition. No, they crash and burn because of stubborn, bullheaded pride. Want to know how I took a sinking ship, a business drowning in debt and despair, and turned it into $1 million lifeline with one move nobody, not even me, saw coming? Stick around, because this isn't some polished rags-to-riches fairy tale you've heard 1,000 times. This is a gritty, chaotic battlefield survival guide, and I've got the scars to prove it. Picture this. It's 2019. My little coffee subscription startup. Think artisanal beans delivered to caffeine fiends who'd pay top dollar for a hipster brew is hemorrhaging cash faster than a vampire at an all-you-can-drink blood bank. I'm 29, wide-eyed but weary, staring down $50,000 in debt that's piling up like a bad game of Jenga. My inbox? A graveyard of angry customer emails. Where's my coffee? This tastes like burnt regret and broken promises. I'm hunched over my laptop in a dimly lit apartment, the glow of the screen mocking me, wondering if I'm about to become the poster child for entrepreneurial failure. A cautionary tale, whispered at startup meetups. Ever felt like the universe is laughing at you, cackling as it kicks you while you're down? Like every step forward drags you 2 steps back into the mud? What do you do when your dream mutates into a waking nightmare, and the clock's ticking louder than a horror movie soundtrack? Stay with me. I've got answers that'll hit you like a double espresso shot. But first, let's rewind to the edge of the cliff, where I was teetering on collapse. Here's where the dance begins, the wild, messy tango of survival. I'd built this business on a simple, shiny idea. Deliver small batch, artisanal coffee to caffeine junkies who'd fork over premium cash for a taste of roasted perfection. Easy, right? Genius on paper. But reality slammed into me like a runaway freight train loaded with bricks. My supplier flaked, poof, gone like a magician's rabbit. Shipping costs spiked higher than a rocket launch. Customers bailed faster than rats from a sinking ship. According to a 2021 Small Business Administration report, 50% of startups bite the dust within 5 years, most choked out by cash flow chaos. I was sprinting toward that statistic, my dreams crumbling like a stale biscotti. Then came the first story, the wake-up call I didn't want but desperately needed. One rainy night, I'm pacing my cramped apartment, coffee grounds clinging to my socks like tiny badges of defeat, when my buddy Mike, imagine him as the Yoda of brutal honesty, minus the green ears, barges in. He takes one look at my spreadsheets, a mess of red ink and desperation, and says, "Bro, you're not running a business. You're running a charity for UPS, and they're not even sending you a thank you note." I laughed, a hollow chuckle, but it stung like a wasp to the ego. Efficiency wasn't just a buzzword from some TED talk. It was my lifeline, my last gasp of oxygen. So I grabbed the axe. I slashed half my product line. Goodbye, fancy Ethiopian blends. See ya, overpriced cold brew kits. Brutal? Oh yeah. Necessary, like oxygen to a drowning man. But here's the twist. Cutting costs wasn't enough. Why was I still losing the war, bleeding out while the enemy circled? Now the rhythm kicks in. Short sentences, heart pounding like a war drum, stakes rising higher than a tightrope over a canyon. I'm down to my last $2,000, a pitiful stack of bills mocking me from the kitchen counter. Rent's due in 5 days. I'm Googling how to sell a kidney as a joke, mostly though the tab stayed open longer than I'll admit. Then it hits me, a thunderbolt of clarity through the fog of panic. My customers didn't want coffee. They didn't care about beans or roast profiles. They wanted vitality. A spark to ignite their groggy mornings, a lifeline to drag them out of exhaustion's quicksand. Coffee was just the vehicle, the shiny wrapper on the real prize. Think of it like this. Henry Ford didn't sell horse carriages with engines. He sold freedom, the wind-in-your-hair rush of possibility. I'd been peddling beans like a street vendor when I should have been peddling energy like a wizard with a magic elixir. So I pivoted. Hard. I torched the subscription model, ashes to ashes, and launched a vitality kit. Coffee laced with adaptogens, paired with a 5-minute morning ritual guide that promised to turn zombies into warriors. Sales tripled in 60 days, a rocket ride from flatline to lifeline. According to Statista, the wellness market ballooned to $4.4 trillion in 2023. Turns out, people will pay big for a jolt of life in a world that's running on fumes. But could one wild, reckless idea really rewrite my fate? Spoiler, the story's just heating up. It's 2020, and I'm at a farmer's market testing this new kit like a mad scientist with a bubbling potion. A woman, let's call her Linda, grabs one, eyeing it like a cat staring down a bathtub full of water. She's 45, a single mom with bags under her eyes deeper than the Grand Canyon, exhaustion etched into every line of her face. She's juggling a job, kids, and a life that won't quit throwing curveballs. 3 weeks later, she storms back, tears streaming down her cheeks, and grabs my arm. "This isn't coffee," she says, voice shaking. "It's my mornings back. It's my sanity. I feel alive again." That hit me like a lightning bolt cracking through a stormy sky. This wasn't about profit margins or balance sheets. It was about people, about pulling them out of the shadows and into the light. I'd been a chef slaving over a stove for snooty critics when I should have been a doctor, stitching up the wounds of a tired world with a cure called vitality. That moment rewrote me. This pivot wasn't just saving my business, it was saving me, dragging me out of my own dark pit. Ever wonder what keeps you going when the tank's empty, when the gauge is screaming zero? What's your lifeline when the world's pressing down? Speaking of vitality, want more stories like this? More raw, real tales of turning chaos into gold? Hit that subscribe button right now. Why? Because every week I'm cracking open the vault, spilling secrets to transform your struggles into wins. Whether it's business, life, or that side hustle you're too scared to launch. Don't miss out. Join the crew asking what's next, and let's keep this fire roaring. Let's zoom out, pan the camera across history's wild tapestry. Pivots aren't new. They're the secret source of legends. Take Steve Jobs. Apple was bleeding out in '97, $1.7 billion in losses, a ship taking on water fast, according to Fortune's archives. He didn't double down on dying Macs or pray for a miracle. He swung the axe, slashed products, zeroed in on sleek design, and birthed the iMac, a neon-colored phoenix rising from the ashes. One move and the empire roared back, rewriting tech history. Or rewind further, think of Cleopatra. Egypt's crumbling, Rome circling like vultures, but she doesn't cling to old alliances. She pivots, charms Caesar, then Mark Antony, turning a fading kingdom into a power player. My pivot was smaller, humbler, but the lesson echoes through time. Adapt or die. I wasn't about to invent the iPhone or seduce an emperor, my toga game's weak, but I did stop crying into my espresso machine, which, trust me, was a victory worth celebrating. Progress, baby. So, what's the one move that could save your sinking ship? What's your pivot waiting in the wings? By 2021, my business wasn't just alive, it was thriving, a beast unleashed. Revenue smashed 7 figures, a number I'd only dreamed of in my broke, coffee-stained days. Debt? Gone, vanished like a bad dream at sunrise. Linda's still a customer, emailing me updates about her mornings like a pen pal from the front lines of life. I'm still obsessed with vitality, not just in kits, but in every breath I take. Here's the secret, the golden thread woven through this chaos. Success isn't a straight line, a neat little highway with guardrails. It's a dance with disaster. 2 steps forward, a spin with doubt, a leap over failure's jaws. One smart pivot can flip the script, turn the page, rewrite the ending. So what's your pivot? What's the move that could take your mess and make it magic? Stick around. My next video's unpacking another wild story of grit, guts, and glory. Share this if it lit a spark in you, if it made you nod and